Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. So this is not Best of the Mess. This is from my stream earlier today. I decided to play an old Judge Manning hearing, and she is GOAT. She will always be GOAT. It is so good. She is going to go off on these parents. You're going to love this. Here we go.
Okay, stop for a second. How old is this poor child?
9.
I want a show of hands, and that's both parties included. I'll exclude the court reporter. Do y'all realize what y'all, Mr. and Miss Committee, are doing to this child? Mr. Committee, you go first. Yes or no?
I understand exactly what's happening to this
Okay,
child,
stop. Miss Committee, you, yes or no?
I understand.
Okay. You know, I think some of this, Judge Williams or somebody, and I think it's Miss White that's somebody's going to be on the hook for the rest of this poor child's life for therapy.
I agree, Your Honor.
It's funny to you, Mr. Committee. It's not funny. I'm being facetious. This poor child. You realize that all the internet's forever. Miss Wise, Miss Sanders, okay, not you, Miss Grant. Mr. Spatelnik, there was no internet growing up. There wasn't people videotaping everything that we did. Every single thing that y'all do, either one of you, and I'm talking to you in general. Miss Committee, I haven't seen anything so far for you. So I'm just in general to both classes. It's out there. Your daughter is going to one day just Google it. She may come to Fulton County. She may call Miss Sanders and buy a transcript. Mom may buy a transcript. Dad may buy it, and she's gonna find it. And she's going to read. No, don't even talk, Mr. Committee. She's going to read all this stuff. And heaven help her. Because not only that, then she's going to share it with her friends. And then, of course, we know when you're a teenage girl how your friends are brilliant. And they're going to give you all kinds of, here's what I would do. And don't nobody go to a teenage girl or a teenage boy and say, what would you do in this situation? How old is she?
9.
9. Miss Committee, you know, I mean, you were a teenage girl. You know how you were when you were 12, 13, 14, 15. You were a teenage girl. And nobody could tell a teenage girl what to do. Am I right, Miss Committee? Miss Sanders, Miss Delbrado, Miss Wise, Miss Grant, me. And I don't, you can't really tell a teenage boy what to do, but all of this is culminating into something that no matter what, I don't care what kind of drugs people are on. Don't means don't. And Judge Houston, a little taller than me, there's a few more differences. Truman, off the record. Truman, stop working. Okay. All right, back now. Besides that, all of us know what don't means. Judge Houston is taller than me, like I said, a few more differences between us, but she definitely doesn't have this accent. So when she says don't, it means don't. I don't know what kind of things and any kind of drugs y'all were taking, or you, y'all, them, they, anybody, but none of them alter the fact that don't means don't. No means no. There are words on a paper. And I know Judge Houston, Miss Delbrado sits with Judge Houston every day. And I don't know that there's ever been anything that Judge Houston has said where Miss Delbrado has reached out and said, what does that mean? But this right here, all of this, you use the word cunt. At what point in your life do you think that's a problem? And this is a general question, to call the mother of your child a cunt. Forgive me. Excuse my language. Never. Never. Because you are showing your daughter how men or a significant other, whatever it may be, should treat her. because she watches you, and the way you treat Miss Committee is going, well, that's how whoever I'm going to have children with, love, be in a relationship with, whatever, that they should call me a cunt. They should do all this. They should do, this is what's supposed to happen in a relationship. That's what you're teaching her. And Miss Committee is, not that you, I get it, but it happens. And so she says, it must be okay because mom has stuck around. You know? So she's looking to mom to say, Mom, show me what am I supposed to do for me and for love? What do you want me to rest the soul of my mother who said, you know what? I will teach you everything you need to know, kiddo, before I leave this planet. And she left too early, and I think she did. But the one thing I was taught, besides getting these two wiener dogs that are barking in the background, is how I was supposed to be treated. She taught me that, how I was supposed to get treated, what I was supposed to put up with, and what I was not supposed to put up with. And if somebody, Mr. Spinelnik, Miss Wise, Miss Sanders, Miss Delbrado, well, no, come get these dogs. But I'm saying, this is what this child is learning. So this is not good for these children. I care about you, Mr. Committee. I care about you, Miss Committee. Y'all are here, way up. I've heard over 10,000 domestic violence cases since January 1st, 2018. I have put my hands on it, and they are escalating. But you put a kid in the middle, whoop, they're way up here. That's who I'm going to protect too. But these texts, even if I get up just a wee little bit of weight, have nothing to do with this child. Where's the, have you guys dealt with Diane, up in Gwinnett County? She did a lot of the parenting coordination, and she does, she has a class, and I can find, hold on. Wait a minute, I'll get her name. Diane. Wait a minute. Diane Dirks. Council, have either one of y'all heard of Diane Dirks?
No.
Yes, Your Honor. Her programs are real good.
Love her. She teaches people how to send an email to their significant other. It could say, let's see, Miss Committee, okay, Candace. Dear Candace, our daughter, Naeli, had a cold, went to the pediatrician, is fine. Boom. Very fast. She's got one that's fill in the blank. Dear Candace, everything's great this week. Boom. And it teaches people how to communicate, but all of this is off the chart. Now, and I'm not making any decision. I'm just on this soapbox right now because my heart breaks for this child. Because one, if the child's with Miss Committee, she shouldn't have to put up with all of this, because I'm sure if she gets these texts and all this stuff, she's probably not in the best mental state, not meaning anything other than, like in a good mood, happy. The child sees how this is affecting her. She's not standing in the kitchen baking cookies. She's going, I'm fine, Mia. I'm fine. Go turn on the television. Just leave me alone for a minute. That's what she's doing. You're not getting anything out of this, Mr. Committee. You may not want to listen to Judge Houston. You may think posting all this stuff about a judge, but here's what it is that you, Miss Committee, your lawyers couldn't talk and work this out. So what y'all did was decide to file something in court because maybe Miss Committee was at her wit's end and let a judge who's going to get a snapshot of what's going on in your life and make a decision that's going to affect the rest of your life for however long. I don't want to raise your child. I don't want to tell you to pick your child up at 3:01 and drop your child off at 5:01. But Mr. Committee, you are not showing your love for this child in all of this ridiculousness. And do not use, I was on drugs, I was this. Maybe nobody else on here will admit it, but I've got family distance that have drug issues. They're in and out of prison. I wouldn't let them in one of my cars to ride, or definitely ain't gonna let them in my house. And if I did, I would pat them down to make sure they didn't have anything on them. I'm familiar. I don't sit in an ivory tower and not know what goes on. I don't. COVID's back. People are dying. One of my dearest friends that I grew up with my age went to the doctor back, Kurt, you got pancreatic cancer. Now, do you think right now that she would worry about a child that she doesn't have a child that she would have, that she'd go back and forth between her spouse about stuff like that? No, because what's important is that child. What's important, Mr. and Miss Committee, is life. Do you understand? Life, not Miss Committee's life, according to you. It's getting Mia on the right track to know how to be treated, how to treat people. So put yourself in this spot. Do you want Mia in front of me, heaven help if I'm still alive, having this same conversation with a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever she's dating because she's getting treated like this? Is that what y'all want? Y'all will sit home one day, watch YouTube, and see me sitting there hearing from your daughter as she talks about all this in her. Put her in your shoe. Is that what both of y'all want? I get a shake of the head, which means a negative, Miss Sanders, from both parties. So what is it that we can do, Mr. Committee? What are you doing? That's rhetorical.
I'm living my best life.
Obviously, no, you are not. You're talking. I have people, there's people that watch this on YouTube. Somebody's probably watching it right now and putting, this just sucks. They put all kinds of negative stuff. They do this, but I'm doing this job. I don't leave my common sense at the door. I can see through it. I didn't come from some big firm. I know. I don't live in an ivory tower. I haven't lived in an ivory tower. Ask anybody that knows me. I get it. I'm way smarter than I sound. Besides beating LeBron James at basketball, I'm way smarter than I sound. I promise you. Don't let the accent fool you. And don't let the gray hair fool you. My sister's older. But let me tell you, sir, this is destroying this child. And I don't know if putting you in Rice Street, which is the jail for 20 days, it would even help you. You've got Miss Wise that obviously you probably don't listen to a whole bunch. I can already tell that. And I won't make her break client privilege. Never would. But I would have clients and I would say, you know what? Go out there and stand in the middle of Piedmont on your head for 20 minutes. And they'd be, ooh. And I'd say, but you got a guardian, Tori White. And if Miss White tells you to go stand in the middle of Piedmont on your head for 30 minutes, you do it because there's a reason for her to do it. She wants you to do it, you do it. Same thing with some of my clients. I said, I'd probably ask you to do it for sheer entertainment. But if a judge, a guardian, custody evaluator, anybody, then you do it. You don't ask why, you do it. And Ms. Wise isn't telling you stuff just for the sake of it. She is not a lawyer. Most lawyers aren't, that just want to say, whoa, how much money you got? 30,000? That's exactly what your case is going to cost. Because neither of these lawyers make money if they take every penny you have. They make money if they do their job, get the best result, which may or may not with my criminal clients be walking out of the front door like I did. Sometimes they got a shorter sentence, but they don't get it from doing that. That's not what they're here for. They're here to try to make this work. Your best interest, but I'm looking at the children's best interest too. And that's what I do. But this, And some of these things I've seen so far, you call her the C word, you do all, what? That doesn't make, God, when your mother said, don't touch the stove, you were a kid and was like, beep, damn, that's hot. They're telling you what not to do because there's a reason. Maybe it hasn't happened to Miss Wise or Mr. Spatelnik, but I bet you they've had clients and they know the consequences of you doing something. That's why they say don't. It's not don't. And then just see, because they know what's going to happen. And most of them have been in front of most of the judges that are on the bench. If they haven't, they probably called somebody and said, never been in front of Judge Manning. What do you know about her? And folks will tell you that I don't set my common sense aside. I got the law off of the law, Mr. Committee, but this is destroying this child. This don't means don't. You were not supposed to contact her at all, any way, shape, form. I'm not sure why you weren't given our family wizard, but I tell you what, I'm ready to talk out loud about what I'm thinking and y'all decide. I don't know if there's another program he can get into, Miss Wise. 45 days obviously wasn't enough for this man. It needs parenting classes. I don't know what Diane Dirks has. You got to figure something out, Mr. I don't care if you don't like Miss Committee. I don't even know her. I don't know you, but if you don't like her, I'm sorry. You guys had a kid together, so you're stuck together. Y'all should have thought about whether or not you would like her down the road before you both have a child together. Okay? But the shape that you're in and this behavior is not good for this little girl. And there's not a single, other than somebody making some weird comments on Facebook or on YouTube. I want people to have both parents. I do. There are great dads out there. There are great moms. There are crappy moms and there are crappy dads. But if something were to happen to Miss Committee right now, some accident, COVID, whatever, this kid would come to live with you. Do you think you're well suited to raise this child by yourself? No. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not off what I'm seeing. You are not. Same thing. Something happened to you right now, COVID, something out of the way. It would go straight to Miss Committee. Both of y'all, something happened. Grandparents, whoever. So I don't believe in, unless somebody is their exception, but this child's going to need you. This child's going to be a teenager, is going to think that Miss Committee was never a teenager and don't understand anything. She's going to yell at her. It's going to be like she's going to be nice to her one day. Then she's going to spin around and Miss Committee's going to call her mother going, what do I do? And her mom's going to say, this is payback from when you were a teenager. And then she's not going to like you that much, Mr. Committee. And then she's not going to like either one of you because the most important people in her life are going to be her friends. She's going to love them more than anybody on the face of this earth. Then when she's older and she comes back around, she is going to realize how important her parents are. All of a sudden, watch, I don't know if it's, but you know, you're going to say, man, she'll say, man, my mom was right, or man, my dad was right. She may never tell y'all that, but trust me, y'all are old enough to know that y'all figured out that something your parents were said are right. Am I right, Miss Committee? You shook your head. So if your mom's still alive and she's watching, Mrs. Samantha Committee's mom, she admitted that you were right in everything that you said. Mr. Committee, same thing. Your parents are right. They were right on some things they said. So here's what I'm thinking, Miss Wise, and I'm just, I don't see this going any other way other than Mr. Committee. I'm going to give you a couple choices. Race Street for 20 days. That means 20 days. If you went in today at 5, you get out in 20 days at 5. Or you get into some sort of program. Miss Wise, I don't know if, I know Miss Dirks, she's got a great, you need to learn how to put your daughter first and co-parent. And I don't know if Miss Wise, you're thinking that Miss Committee, co-parenting would be fine for both of them.
And
It
I'm
really
sure
was.
Mr. Committee is happy to do that.
And I think, let me see. I know I had some stuff. So Diane Dirks, hold on. She's fabulous. And I think she may have great, did she like move or she's here some? And she does a podcast, but go ahead, Mr. Did she move, but she still has something?
I just want to remind the court that Mr. Committee is in Colorado, so anything that's going to happen has to be done virtually.
Well, he can find out from Diane Dirks. She knows.